In the deserts of Arabia, a warrior named Khalid bin Walid rose to fame as one of the greatest military leaders in history. Known as the Sword of Allah, his story is one of bravery, skill, and an unbroken string of victories on the battlefield. Khalid bin Walid's journey began before he even became a Muslim. During the Battle of Uhud, he was fighting on the side of the Quraysh, the enemies of the Muslims. The battle started well for the Muslims, who were winning against the Quraysh. But a crucial mistake was made when the Muslim archers left their posts to collect the spoils of war. Khalid saw an opportunity. Leading his cavalry, he attacked the Muslims from behind, turning their victory into a defeat. This was Khalid bin Walid's first major success in battle, showing his tactical genius, even though at the time, he was fighting against the Muslims. After converting to Islam, Khalid bin Walid's skills were put to use defending his new faith. In the Battle of Mu'tah, the Muslim army faced a massive Byzantine force. The odds were overwhelming, 3,000 Muslims against 100,000 Byzantines. 3 commanders of the Muslim army were killed, leaving the soldiers in disarray. That's when Khalid stepped in. Despite the dire situation, he took command and managed to pull off a brilliant retreat, saving the Muslim army from total destruction. His leadership in this crisis earned him the title, the Sword of Allah, from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, a title that would define his legacy. After the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, passed away, Arabia was plunged into chaos. Many tribes rebelled, and false prophets arose, challenging the authority of Islam. One of the most dangerous was Musaylima, who had gathered a large army. Khalid was sent to deal with Musaylima in what became the Battle of Yamama. The fighting was fierce, and the Muslim forces suffered heavy losses. But Khalid's determination was unshakable. He led his men in a final, all-out assault, personally seeking out and killing Musaylima in single combat. With Musaylima dead, the rebellion crumbled, and the Muslim community was saved. Khalid bin Walid's greatest challenge came against the Byzantine Empire at the Battle of Yarmouk. The Byzantines had assembled a massive army to stop the Muslim expansion into their territory. Khalid's forces were heavily outnumbered, but he used his knowledge of the terrain and brilliant tactics to his advantage. For 6 days, the battle raged, with Khalid's smaller army holding off the much larger Byzantine force. Finally, Khalid bin Walid launched a daring attack that trapped the Byzantines in a narrow valley, cutting off their escape. The Byzantine army was crushed, and the Muslim conquest of Syria was secured.
Khalid bin Walid never lost a battle in his career. His strategies and courage on the battlefield helped shape the early Islamic Empire. Despite his successes, he remained humble and loyal to his faith, always putting the interests of the Muslim community above his own. Khalid passed away in 642 CE, not on the battlefield as he had always wished, but in his bed, a warrior whose name would live on as one of history's greatest military commanders.